Welcome to another one of my cheesy YouTube videos. The video you're about to watch is on tearing apart this 3.9 Dodge engine. And I hope you enjoyed the video. This engine is being torn down and hopefully rebuilt to put in this old Dodge truck. On this plug that came out, went off of here, I just pushed on this piece right here in the middle here. You can barely feel it move, but it released it and it pulled off. So this plug went into the side here. It's got the old-fashioned kind where you pull it back and slide it off. This one looks like this one, so I'm assuming I got to push right here. Yep, it opens. You don't feel it push down, so if you just push on it, you say that don't work, and you just leave it. But obviously it did the job. This is a ground. Looks like this is air conditioning. Looks like the same kind of plug maybe. On the V6 and the V8 Magnums, use a 15mm socket on a long bar to put on the adjuster, which is below the alternator. This engine is actually sitting sideways a little bit on the stand. And I've already found out a problem I'm having with taking this belt off. That tensioner does not want to move. Okay, it's moving now. And it's not springing back, so the tensioner's obviously got a problem. It's aluminum, so it's probably got some corrosion in there, not allowed to function properly. This is a 3.9 V6. It's the same as the 5.2. It's the same platform. It's just less 2 cylinders. Okay, I'm using 15mm to take off a series of bolts. Hopefully this whole aluminum casting holding the alternator, this pulley, the compressor. Take these bolts off. I think I'm going to be able to just take all of them off together. I just got done, or I'm in the process of taking out this 13mm. And when I say 13mm bolt, I'm referring to the head size. That is not proper sizing of a bolt, but I'm just using the head size so you know what size of wrench to use. Saving on the bolts. Really, when I can, I'll put them back where they came from, but put them all in the bucket. If you know everything on the bucket, when you go back together with it, you know you got everything. You may not know where it goes, but you got it. There's one right behind this pulley. What do you think? I think we got her. The wire on the back of the alternator. Still got to take that cab off that frame and the bed. Clean the frame up, paint the frame. I probably won't paint the frame with enamel or anything. When I worked on the ranch, we used something called Zofar quite a bit. Use it to paint the mowers and stuff like that. The ranch was down in Florida where there's a lot of salt. Like the wiring harnesses should be off or ready to come off. Damn, hose clamp. Dodge loves using these crazy hose clamps. Knuckle busters. Slip a screwdriver under it. Work it loose. These silicone boots like to bust off. I'm not saying on the Dodge, but I'm just saying when I've jacked with silicone spark plug boots, so I'm sticking the screwdriver in there and just kind of prying it on the boot further down below. And so far I haven't lost a single boot. Somewhere I've got a special curved wrench for taking this hold down bolt for the distributor and LA engines. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Get out there. I got a parts car out there. There she goes. tear down, we'll clean all the individual parts up. We'll have to anyways to examine them. This may be ready to come loose. I'm going to undo this hose right here, this bypass hose. The valve covers are 7/16. I know they're dirty as can be, but the whole engine's going to get cleaned. Got these little keepers that are used for wire looms to tie to. If you know you're going to break off something like an exhaust bolt or stud, if you just know it's going to break, I mean the way it feels, consider cutting the heads off, taking your manifold off. That way you'll be able to soak real close to the block there and work it with some vice grips or something like that. A lot of times you'll know because you'll start to twist it and it will just maybe go half turn, 3/4 turn, very hard, and what it is, the bolt's twisting. Just if you feel like that's the case, consider getting rid of the head. That way you leave the stud in, something to work with to extract it. I'll check a head bolt, make sure there's no drilled holes in them. I've seen some applications, not necessarily 318 or Magnum or anything like that, but I ran across some where the head bolt is drilled out to carry oil up to the rockers. No good. 1/2 inch to remove this spring-loaded deal that retains these little brackets that hold the lifters in. 8 head bolts for each head. I used 5/8 6-point. I pulled the lifters out using a pair of channel locks, just wiggle them. I put a little bit of brake clean on them to try to dissolve the carbon that's built up on the bottom side that was keeping the lifters from pulling through its bore. I've got a ridge on these cylinders. Small one, but it's there. So we'll have to make a determination there. I have to clean the head off one of these, the surface, and see if I see any numbers as far as if they've been bored. These are my push rods. Took a little grease and made a little fan shape here representing the front of the motor. There's my fan. Here are my lifters. We'll go through them a little more detail later on. Take something apart, try to keep it to where it came from. That way, if things wear together, if you mix and match, that there is, now you're taking one worn surface onto another surface that it didn't wear against, and you're probably going to wear it twice as bad. Drop all my pistons out. Take the cap. And piston. Dropped it. If I had to hit it hard to get it out, I'd get a ridge rimmer and knock that ridge off. Put it on the proper orientation too. Checking my bearings as I go. I'll set the bearings on the table. There's some wear on there. I will set the bearing on a table in the order in which they came out before I decide. Oops, that's part of the investigating process. Got some wear in there. I put little dimples with the punch along this side because it's the same side that has the numbers on the main bearing caps. They're all on this side, and the connecting rods have identification marks on this side. So when I go back together, that way I make sure the connecting rods aren't backwards and the main bearing caps aren't backwards. The importance of putting caps back on with their orientation is because this bore was done with the cap bolted in place. The crankshaft's bore was done with the caps bolted in place. So the edge here very well could be off. Actually right there I feel it. It's off by quite a bit. So that will put pressure on the crankshaft surface where these are out of alignment. So because the bearings will be out of alignment. And it will wear prematurely or lock up real quick. So, I mean, I can definitely feel that. Put it on proper, I can't feel it. We've got the oil pump to take off, oil pickup and oil pump. Next to come off are the main caps. Should be give them some love taps. Pop right out. Pull the harmonic balancer off. There's a series of bolts that hold this outside sheave on for the serpentine belt. I got a puller hooked up to the harmonic balancer. I'm going to pull it off. I made sure that my threaded rod here is not going to go inside and booger up the threads in the crankshaft. Your harmonic balancer's got two pieces of steel with a piece of rubber sandwiched between them, so don't go beating on the outer edge here and destroying it. There she goes. I'm going to try to pull my water pump housing off without pulling my fan. I don't want to jack with the fan right now. 9/16 socket. 9/16 socket on a good size extension should do the job. Now, this is aluminum. I'm running a real good chance of ringing it off the ropes. Got a water pump hooked to the aluminum housing. I'm just gently bumping it. That one definitely sounded like it was going through some corrosion. Common chains next. 5/8. Look at that. The edge of the first main bearing is compromised. Going together, we'll have to figure out why. Crankshaft's ready to come out. There it is. It's like ½ inch. Pull this plate off, and that should allow that cam to come through there. Kind of fish it out, get the lobes to clear. Wiggle and jiggle. There's the cam.
All except for the dipstick tube. I think she's ready to go to the machine.
Well, thank you for watching my video. And remember, if you love life and learning new things, go aimless.com.